Hello, hello. Welcome to Collector Fusion. We got Collector Express, Geek Fusion, and Quinn Comics tonight.
I think I got my camera settings done right. I don't know. Still don't look right to me. I have no idea.
Get the background music going. And everybody joining in tonight. Thank you for coming out and hanging with us tonight. Oh, there's a lot of choices for toy content on Friday nights anymore. It's going to be a busy night. So everybody come and hang out with us. Appreciate it.
Is there, though? I don't know. I haven't been paying attention.
There's a lot of guys do Friday night streams. So, hey, but you're not us. Oh, I did get my Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 2 figure.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, and Amazon packed it with a scented candle my cousin ordered, and it slid and just ripped the card apart.
Oh, well, that was nice of them. They pre-opened it for you.
I know. I was looking at it, make sure it's like, did somebody return it? Quinn said he got it. How many did you sell, Quinn, this week?
I had 32 Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans on Wednesday. They all gone in about an hour and a half.
Wow.
Nice. Yep. I'm just hoping that I'll get the rest of those things in before Christmas.
It's the perfect Spider-Man figure. Even if you don't want
it's nice.
You don't even have to use it as an MCU one.
It's a great figure. I liked it the first time we got it, which is the only reason I haven't bought another one. I was like, to be honest, I don't care that much about the Andrew Garfield head. I'm not gonna put that head on him. I already have the other one, and it is a perfect Spider-Man figure.
Yeah.
And I just want him as Spider-Man, and I've already got that. The only ones I wanted out of that wave were the Green Goblin and the what do you call it? What do they call the in credit suit, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever that thing's called. Because I've got the other one.
I did get Karen Rogers and immediately swapped out the head to the vintage head.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks way better. I'm sticking with my old man Rogers.
Yeah.
I did that head swap and I like it so much that that's where he's at on my shelf.
I had no intentions ever keeping that head on the figure. I didn't even think I was going to find a use for it. Of course, it's one of those things too. When you see somebody find a use for another head, it's like you instantly hating that head to liking that head.
Yeah,
I saw somebody use the Karen head that comes with, change out the hair, do a little bit of paint work on the face, and it makes a great He-Man head.
Yeah.
I already got it on a Hercules body, just like the skin tones don't match exactly, so I have to do a little bit of painting on the face, but I may have to make my Hercules base custom He-Man. I'll be giving him that head as an alternate head. And I officially finished up my original character Bruton.
Nice.
He's all done. I got the new head, the bigger noggin on it. Much better proportion. When you stick the other head, it's a little bit smaller on the Ursa Major. It looks fine because Ursa Major is shorter. But once you add the extra height to it, he needs the bigger head. And I went a little more detailed on the tusk too. I got like different washes on the tusk. To really get the more.
Now, was that the rhino feet you went with?
Yep, those are the rhino feet that I added fur to.
Nice.
And I use I saw Customs by Matthew doing it before, and he takes that blue stuff. He makes texture molds, and I was able to use the blue stuff and take patches of fur here, make basically texture stamps, and I will do the fur on the Hulk legs and on the rhino feet. I just shot a video on this custom. I finished editing right before I came downstairs for the stream.
That didn't actually show you dismembering him, did it? Because
no, I know YouTube.
We don't want to piss off the YouTube gods for that, so got to be careful there.
That's true. And I did. When I finished up my Ed Norton Hulk head, my camera comes back. Can you see me? There it is.
That's a good one.
I use the Maestro body. It's color wise, it's pretty close to where he was in the movie. I know it's not the best, it's not the exact body type for the Norton, but it's better than the MCU Hulk. I don't like the MCU Hulk body, and I went out of focus.
Well, he just looks like he's I don't know. He's been sitting at home eating Cheetos too much or something.
Yeah, he's not cut. It's not. He's lost their Smart Hulk, what they call him, is smaller and less defined as the regular Hulk.
Yeah, he's a little more like I don't know, barroom brawler look instead of I don't know.
What's dumb is the fact the merged personality Hulk, which they dubbed Smart Hulk and Professor Hulk, in the comics was one of the biggest incarnations of the Hulk, but in the MCU they made him smaller and less powerful.
And that.
So
look at that.
Oh, look what you went and did.
I know. I blame you, sir. I just need to do the little M right there. Other than that, he's done.
Nice.
I need to follow suit now since I'm remaking my solar, and I need a mag.
Yeah, go ahead, make a better one.
Yeah, make us all look bad. I was kind of proud with my little custom, you know.
Well, I'm going to follow
Mine's not as good as Matt's. Matt's is pretty damn good.
I'm going to follow
you're just going to put us to shame with those.
I'm going to follow your guys' recipe. It looks good. And do I have a Ross near me? Yes, I do. And I got a bag of Ross stuff.
I do. I just refuse to go in there.
Somebody, I sent a picture that might be on the streams, like, hey, if my Ross had those, I'd buy it and troop build it. So I bought, they had 3 of these Croc-Master and Fionas. They said, I would troop build that Fiona. And I was like, damn it, why'd you have to say that?
I wonder who told you that.
I just like turned around and went and got them all. They had 3 of them.
Wonder who had that great idea to troop build Fiona. That sounds like a very smart and good-looking guy there.
But $12. It's like it's worth it to troop build, and I can use the Croc-Masters for fodder.
If I could stand to go into a Ross, I would. I can't every time my Ross, and I assume this is the way it is at all Rosses. My Ross and Marshalls, they're right next to each other. They're in the same freaking building, right next to each other, and you can see the line to pay from outside. You can look in the front windows and be like, it doesn't matter what time you go. I hate going to those stores. I hate waiting in those lines. Those lines are insane.
Oh, I was waiting in line to check out here, but I got a couple $100 worth of figures for $50. So
I can't get myself to do it. I've gone in there before, and I hate those lines. They're horrible. They're absolutely horrible.
I picked up another maggot from the Bonemaker Wave because it's the Herc upper body, the modern Hulk Herc lower legs. So I picked this up mainly because a while back I was thinking, hey, that'd be great for a custom of this character. And by everything in me, I cannot remember why I wanted this. What I was going to make out of it.
I've done that before.
Like,
I try to like
make one character, and then it's like, what
I try to do is whenever I think of something like that, I try to find a picture online on my phone, and then I save the picture of whatever character I was thinking about making, or whatever I was thinking about doing. Yeah. So that way, if I can go through my pictures and I think I was wanting to make that dude or something.
Oh, the Viper 3-packs for $15. That's a hell of a score, TC. And you got Outback. The Ross here didn't have the Outback or the Viper packs. They had the Croc-Masters. That's the only Joes they had.
Yeah.
I did pick up another female shield agent, which is a basically a blue and white Shriek body. So I always try to pick up those because they're good for one, if I want to street build more female shield agents, change the head out. There you go. And 2, it's good female body parts for customs. Since Hasbro won't use this body for everything still. They still use that crappy body they had. They've been using. And,
by the way, I think I found a really simple recipe for Super Soldier.
Oh, nice.
Which is just a Captain America, repaint the trunks with a Quasar head. I just need to find a Superman-shaped shield.
Oh, TC found a zombie Iron Man this morning as well.
Zombie Iron Man's a great figure. I love those what-if zombies. I wish they would just do more of those for different characters so I could have a whole shelf of zombie characters. Because the first one they came out with, the Captain America, like the Captain America, even the Wanda is great. Like, they're great characters. They just need to start doing a whole line, a whole wave of just zombie Marvel characters.
I was talking to somebody. They were planning on basically. That's the reason why they did the zombie alternate head for Giant Man. They were wanting to do basically waves of zombies. They thought it was going to be bigger than what it was.
Yeah.
He got pushed back or something other. Because those female body parts demonetized.
There you go. That's all it took.
Oh, and one Transformers related purchase. I got the toy colors of the Pterosaur. I got the cartoon colors, which was an Amazon exclusive. And the toy color was a Target exclusive thing. Now it's a Ross exclusive for $8.
Like Ollie's and Ross and Marshalls, and it's cool that these figures are out there and cheap. It does, however, make me concerned about the fate of these companies pumping out figures.
Well,
they do.
Well, they should have go back and instead of getting I applaud Shardimus for called him right on when they asked him, was like, do you want us to put more characters out or less higher quality figures? And he said less higher quality figures. I applaud him for saying that. It's like, yes, do less higher quality stuff.
My concern, though, would be is they interpret that to mean less quantity as well. And we don't need less quantity of what they're pumping out. We just need the quantity to be of the fewer higher quality characters.
Yes.
And because there's of the characters that people want, there isn't enough of them. You'd rarely be able to go into a Walmart or a Target or wherever and find all the figures you wanted that were the good quality characters that everybody wants. I mean, just look at all these. Look at the new Spider-Man wave. It's a perfect example. That got released. That got released to all the Targets.
But it's a shame when you have to make really good figures. That the companies just aren't making.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it boils down to as collectors. We have to make our own stuff. It's just a shame. It's just a shame.
It's so many great characters they have not even touched upon. They keep redoing
Marvel,
the same characters
there's thousands of characters. I mean, they just barely scratch the surface.
Let's see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Hasbro Wolverines, and that's not even all of them sitting here.
Oh man, just here in front of me, I probably have a dozen Spider-Mans, if not more. And how many do I really need? And I'm like, well, the answer is, how many are they going to make? There you go. I'll keep buying them.
I mean, it was like we were talking about
Iron Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man characters.
Yeah. Well, it's like we were talking about. Your Target completely took out the Marvel Legends section, right?
Yep. I no longer can buy Marvel Legends at my Target.
And what's happening is Target got tired of putting things on clearance, and then eventually their warehouses having to sell off to places like Ollie's and Ross and Marshalls. And so what happens is they're going to stop ordering them. Because they had so many Agatha Harkness peg warmers or Lando Calrissian peg warmers or whatever it is, that they're going to go, it's not going to be up to Hasbro these retailers are going to stop ordering these figures, at least to the quantity that they used to. When these
what's happening already, toy companies like Hasbro and Mattel, they've already said they're lowering the amount of their production. So, for example, this is numbers as an example, is not an actual fact. Say they make 100,000 units. Now they're going to be making like 75,000 units to avoid the peg warmers on the shelves. This is what the information that I've gotten through my distributors and stuff. So in addition to that, Walmart and Targets are also shrinking down their toy department by 1/3, which will probably happen first quarter of next year. So with that being said, peg warming, you might see one or two. You're not going to see a lot of, like you said, Lando's. You won't see a ton of him anymore. You might see one or two, but with the lowered amount of production, it's more of a guaranteed sell-through at retail. That way, when people like come in there, or you or somebody, and you want that whole wave, well, guess what? You're going to buy that whole wave, and there's not going to be nothing left on the shelf.
Yeah, but I disagree with that, though, because they're still going to be pumping out the peg warmers. Even if there's not as many peg warmers there, unless they change case allocation to include more of the characters people want, instead of having the same amount of Lady J's in their G.I. Joe Classifieds Retro series as they've been doing. If they keep their percentages the same of what they're pumping out, you're still going to have the same percentage of peg warmers. Well, so for every 100 figures that get put out, if 25% of them are still Lady J or Lando Calrissian, because that's what they're shipping to the stores, that same percentage is still going to be sitting there on the shelf. They're already not making enough of the figures that people actually want, right?
The Lady J made no sense too when they did. They made her a retro card immediately after releasing the regular release, and the regular release was already peg warming. Then they turned around and made another batch, as retro cards. Which my Walmart, that's all it has is Lady J.
They did the same thing with Lando Calrissian. Every time they pumped him out,
G.I. Joe's perfect example, guys. They used to be 6 to a case. Now it's 4 to a case. They lowered down the size of their case ratio. That's a perfect example. So you're not going to see the peg warmers. Yeah,
and another thing,
the existing stuff that's on shelves, that will eventually get discontinued and it's going to be gone. Going forward next year, you're not going to see a large amount of stuff on the shelves. Marvel Legends, they've already done 8 figures to a case. You get 1 full wave and you get 1 extra figure. So it might be an extra Iron Man. There's no peg warmers there. Iron Man's going to be a big seller. He'll always move. So if you want that case and you want to do that Build-A-Figure, you're going to buy that whole wave right there at retail.
Yep.
And that's the way it goes.
One thing too,
Targets, they're sending full cases of one character, which that's going to stop soon too, because privately owned stores, much like myself as well, I don't want to buy full cases of stuff. I'm stuck with a lot of stuff that I can't sell. So I'd rather do an assortment and leave it at that. You know what I mean? If they have the option to do full cases, I'll do that on certain characters, say like Spider-Man. That I know will sell. So 4 cases, I'm not going to complain. He sold in an hour and a half. So, but with
one thing that they cut their own throats with, it alienated not only the fan base and it pissed off the retail chains, is this crap, the non-window boxes.
Well, we're already going back to the windowed boxes.
Yep. Well, that's one of the reasons too.
Did you see the new G.I. Joe stuff?
Collectors quit going to buy these at retail stores because figure swappers.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen that happen at Walmart and Target already. It's ridiculous.
Target quit taking these back on returns. The windowless box figures.
Yep. I don't blame them. I wouldn't.
When I ever bought a windowless box figure at Target, I opened it in the store before I left, so they can't question that.
Yeah, you have to pretty much.
See, that figure you're holding right there is part of the problem. That figure should never have been made in as many quantities as other figures that people actually want. And they continue
for what this figure's for. I'm doing it because I'm a customer.
Exactly. And I know what you're going to use it for, right? Most people do not want a plain closed Talos figure. That figure has been peg warming at Walmarts and Targets forever. Yep. Because nobody wants it. They pump it out to stores in the same quantity that every other figure gets pumped out at. And until they start making changes and realizing if it's Captain America, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine, Gambit, you know, Cyclops, some of these key characters. It's like, hey, what we should do, instead of having every case have, you know, whatever, you know, pick a crappy one, pick Agatha Harkness that's floating around Targets right now or whatever it is, right? That's a figure nobody wants.
She's an angel.
Yeah, but nobody wants the figure. I like the character. Nobody wants the figure. Like, until they realize we cannot send as many Agatha Harknesses out to store shelves as we can a Daredevil or a Spider-Man or whatever else, we need to also not produce as many of them. If they keep their whether it's single packs, whether it's case packs, if they're still sending the same percentage of the figures they know are going to sell versus the figures they know are going to be peg warmers, because let's be honest, if they don't know at this point, after 4, I think, different releases of Lando Calrissian in Black Series, that he's going to be a peg warmer every time, and every time they come up with a new one for him, they still case pack him the same amount as they did last time. If they don't know that, they are truly a truly hearted company at this point, and they don't understand what's going on. He does not sell as well as other figures. Agatha Harkness doesn't sell as well. These figures in the MCU, most MCU figures do not sell as well. There are figures in every line that are not going to sell as well, and all that's doing is those are the figures that end up being peg warmers. That's the reason why Target is getting rid of their Marvel Legends section. It's the reason why Target and Walmart and all these other retailers are going to order less Marvel Legends.
Yep.
And then you're only going to be able to get you're only going to be able to get the figures you want from online retailers. But if they're still shipping to online retailers, what that means is online retailers are going to sell out of the figures everybody wants first, be stuck with all the leftovers that they're going to clearance out just like Target and Walmart do, and you're still going to end up having to go to eBay to pay inflated prices to get the figures you want because they're not making enough Spider-Man figures or Daredevil figures or Wolverine figures, or, you know, pick a mainline character that everybody's going to pick up. They don't make enough of those figures compared to the percentage that they make of all the figures that some people want and some people will pick up if they're trying to finish the Build-A-Figure. But let's be honest, I know too many people now that don't care about finishing Build-A-Figures anymore because most of the Build-A-Figures coming out now suck. Most of them aren't any good anymore. And so people don't care about collecting whole waves anymore.
What is the point of a smaller Hydra Stomper? We got this individual box one, which was fantastic. Then they turned around and made a Build-A-Figure, a smaller, crappier one?
That's the one that came out at the end of season 1 where, you know, Rogers was frozen in the suit. That's why they made that. Which, don't get me wrong, I can appreciate it, but they shouldn't have done that as a Build-A-Figure. They should have made it as a deluxe and waited till season 2 come out. So, you know.
Yeah, because that's a figure that nobody's seen yet, because that figure, that character has not made an appearance in What If yet.
Yeah.
That character's not even going to be until What If Season 2, and they already released the Build-A-Figure, and quite honestly, in a wave that nobody cared about. Like, I can't think of any figures in that wave that anybody cared about. So you released a figure that might have done well the way the first Hydra Stomper did, because that first Hydra Stomper was very sought after. And you released a figure as a Build-A-Figure in a wave full of figures that nobody cared about. Nobody wanted another Captain Marvel and another Miss Marvel. Nobody even wanted another Monica Rambeau. Like, it's a good figure, but nobody really wanted it. Nobody was asking for it. You know what I mean? Like, they released a bunch of, and this is their problem, is they're pumping out those figures, that wave, to the same quantities that they're pumping out everything else. Yep. And if they're doing that, then it doesn't matter how much you shrink down the amount of figures you're going to produce. If you're still producing in the same percentage quantities that you always have, you're still going to end up with peg warmers. And you're still going to end up with other figures that everybody wants that nobody's going to be able to find, that are going to end up having to go to the secondary market on eBay because of the dudes that run around to Walmart and everywhere else first thing in the morning and buy up all the ones that everybody wants.
Well, this is the only reason I bought the Armored Gamora from the Disney Plus wave. She was $7 on Amazon. because she comes with Thanos' proper blade, because they never gave the armored Thanos the correct weapon. They gave it to her. So that's the only reason I bought her.
My
For her.
Thanos came with a switchblade.
It just feels weird that companies like Hasbro are leaving money on the table, because the money that is, I mean, if they made more Spider-Man figures, they would sell them. If they made more Daredevil figures, they would sell them.
Oh,
They make more Agatha Harkness figures, they don't sell them.
Yep.
And all it does is cause these retailers to want to order less stuff.
This is one of the things that very similar thing happened with the 2000X Motu figures back in the day, 2002, 2003. It's like Jax is making with Sonic the Hedgehog figures, 3 Sonics per case, so you're flooding your shelves with nothing but Sonics, no sporting characters.
Sonic is considered an evergreen item. Evergreen items like Spider-Man, Captain America, Batman, Superman, those will always sell. That's why you see so many of those in the waves, and pretty much every wave. That's why McFarlane is pumping out shit tons of Batman. He likes Batman, but Batman sells. You know.
Well, with the He-Man stuff back in 2000X, though, that's one of the things that killed the line, though. Because yes, He-Man and Skeletor are your main 2 villains, but there were so many of those in per case, and all the sporting characters
were
one per case.
That to be huge, which it was in the beginning. But like Matt said, they oversaturated the market with He-Man and Skeletor way too much. I agree with that, you know. But I mean, nobody can foretell the future, you know. With the gypsies, they can.
I'm just saying,
it's very much an ensemble cast. It's like Motu, and you want to have all the characters. You don't just want He-Man and Skeletor. You want the Masters and all the Evil Horde.
And one of the things I think about, and I think there is a big difference between Masters of the Universe and Marvel, in the sense that all the secondary Masters of the Universe characters, all the henchmen, they've all become really, really popular. And because there's not nearly as many of them, a couple dozen characters, right, that you can pump out over and over and over again, they're all very popular. Marvel has over 10,000 characters that they're trying to pump out. And I'm sorry, Mr. Eyeball Evel Knievel is not going to sell the way a Ghost Rider will. Because
nobody is not on anybody's high-demand list.
You know what I mean? Like, no, it's not.
Their character selection is getting to be ridiculous. Like, Egghead. Who was clamoring for an Egghead?
Nobody cared about Egghead, yet he was packed in every case to the same quantity as every other figure people might have wanted in that wave.
Yep. And Crosshairs. Never even heard of the character. You know who's been on?
You know what he looked like? He looked like a religious villain. That's what he looked like. I was like,
Crosshair looked like everybody's list. That's what he looked like. He looked like a G.I. Joe medic.
All the websites do these top 10 most wanted Marvel Legends. You know what team usually makes the list? UFOs. And they don't even know who the hell they are.
I'm still pissed off in a Spider-Man wave where we got freaking Cyborg Spider-Man. We still haven't gotten a freaking Cardiac. I mean, and
see, that's another one. But there's so many that they haven't made.
Mandarin. Come up with Mandarin.
Yeah.
Again, they've only scratched the surface. And, I mean, we got 10 years already with Hasbro. And they've given us quite a lot of stuff. And we got an all-villains wave not too long ago, which I thought that was genius. Yep. No superhero in it, just all villains. I'll take them. We got Arcade. I never thought I'd see an Arcade figure. I loved it. I thought it was great. But
I would love to see that more often.
More villain waves. More villain waves, man. Jesus Christ, give us those. I'll take them.
Yeah.
You know?
You've got such great villains with for they haven't even touched yet. Hulk's got a big pantheon of villains. The Ghost Rider's got a great pantheon of villains.
Yeah.
There's not anything
that we haven't gotten yet. X-Men. There's so many X-Men villains we have not gotten yet. Jesus Christ. You know, and then
we got none of the Morlocks.
I mean, your second and third tier characters.
We got one Morlock in a box set.
In the meantime, they give us a whole wave of the Marvels and Disney Plus MCU figures that nobody wanted.
Yep.
That nobody wanted, and they will pump they have pumped those figures out everywhere, and it is doing that is getting things like your Target no longer selling Marvel Legends to happen. They need to be more selective with what they put out, and they need to case pack appropriately based on what they already know.
Yep. I want this team finished. Original Thunderbolts. We got 3 of them. And there's 3 left. I think 3.
Well, at least you got 3. I still only have 2 Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, same here. I want classic Guardians of the Galaxy is what I want.
Inhumans.
And give me a box set of those. I'll take a box set of classic Guardians.
Yeah.
There's I think it was an exclusive that classic Star-Lord, that comic book Star-Lord. I think it's like $10, $11 on Walmart.com right now. Yeah. That would look so good as a classic Star-Lord, Starhawk. But I would need to have a head and then those light wings and all that other stuff. So I'm like, But they got the base body for it.
Well, this would be a great do an SDC thing or like a PulseCon exclusive.
Yeah.
Do a regular version, retail version of the Mandarin, and do a deluxe set with the rings you can wear.
Exactly. We got I like Ben Kingsley, but we got the Ben Kingsley Mandarin. I'm like, come on. Let's be honest. He wasn't even really the Mandarin. He was a Mandarin in name only. He was a drunk.
Let's be honest here. We are never going to get the Mandarin for the same reason we're never going to get a hooded Cobra Commander. Because they think people are going to get offended. That's why. That's exactly why they're not going to release a character with the name the Mandarin ever. It's not going to happen.
Wait, so there's a citrus villain? Is what you're saying? No citrus villain?
Exactly. No, they're afraid it is going to be offensive. They are never going to release that character. It is never going to happen.
Why don't they just rename him the Tangerine and just be done with it? There you go.
Because then they'll be like, oh, what are you calling Asian people fruit? Like they're going to come up with they have a list of reasons why they will never make that character, even though there's nothing wrong with that character. There's nothing inherently racist about that character. Yep. Now, could there have been when he was originally drawn back in the 1960s, very stereotypical?
Well, that was a different time, not by today's standards. But you know what?
He has not
racist.
He has not been that
going to make it racist.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Is like the character itself was. You could argue that he was drawn racist at the time, but the characterization was never racist, and certainly by the 1970s, Mandarin was no longer even drawn racist because they started drawing him green. They weren't even drawn. You know what I mean?
Like, well, they did that. I think they did that for the cartoon, didn't they?
I think
they started doing that in the comics too. But
even so, I mean,
anyway, there's a whole list of reasons why he's not a racist character, and he's a great Marvel villain.
He is a great villain.
That doesn't change the fact they will never make that character. Unfortunately, they're just never going to make the Mandarin.
Well, in Shang-Chi, his dad had the 10 rings. They're trying to reinvent the rings as something else. And they were basically, he was supposed to be the Mandarin.
Yeah, they just didn't call him that.
They didn't call him that, but he had the 10 rings. So 10 rings, But I'm like...
Well, and they certainly didn't call the figure that. The figure was not called the Mandarin.
It was Wei Wen or something like that. Yeah. Wei Wen, where, how, what? I don't know, whatever the hell they want to call him. But I don't care. Just give me the damn figure. I'll buy it. Mm-hmm. Just don't even put him in a box.
Like starting over on the Squadron Supreme.
Put him in a box with no name on it, and I'll still buy it. I was like, I know who that guy is.
Yep. We'll never get to finish up the original Squadron Supreme figures they started. We got 3 of those.
No, you'll never get it.
Let's start over with their new looks.
Well, you know what that means, right? Jared, you're going to have to make those figures for everybody that wants them. So you might want to start getting to work now. You'll be done by 2030, my friend. You hear that, America? Just put your orders in right now with Collector Express. They'll have them out to you in about 6 years. So.
They'll go out of my printer right into the shredder.
Oh my god!
I haven't set all my orders are set up there because I don't do commissions.
We'll just call that toy line the things Marvel won't make or Hasbro won't make. Yeah, you'll make $1 million, my friend.
Finish up teams. They got so many teams they have yet to even attempt to finish.
Yep. Be right back.
It's just ridiculous. Oh, we do have one little thing that I was kind of funny. It's like we were talking about this when Valaverse was like announcing, "Oh, we're getting the property license of like when people get this license, people are gonna really notice." Then what they reveal, what was it?
Was that knockoff
dragon
Power Rangers thing or whatever it was?
Dragon or something other.
Yeah.
The biggest like kind of fart. Like reveal whatever. I was like, oh, the original licensor dropped out. It's like, did they? Or did you just get too hyped and you got to say that? But Loose Collector had an announcement. It was what we were kind of toying with. Like, if they get Valaverse got this, people would pay attention.
We've been talking about this for a while now. We were talking about it in relation to Valaverse.
Yeah,
not Loose Collector. Which the only difference that makes to me personally is money, because from Valaverse it would have been cheaper. But
yeah, they would have been cheaper. And these are more Loose Collector. They're more boutique style shop, smaller outfit, so their stuff's more expensive.
Yeah,
and we got an announcement.
Rob Liefeld Extreme Universe of Action Figures is coming, and it's coming from Loose Collector. Who's it going to be? What characters is it going to be? You got to stay tuned to find out. But for right now,
a lot of great characters in the Liefeld verse. Liefeld, whatever his name is, I don't know.
Yeah. But the
man who can't draw feet verse.
The only thing that stinks, one of my favorite properties, you don't have the license to anymore. You don't have Youngblood anymore.
He doesn't have Youngblood?
He was dealing with some other publisher, and so I don't know what happened. Somehow that publisher ended up with the rights to Youngblood. And that dude apparently hates Liefeld, so he'll never get it back. So
that was like, oh Jesus, that's dumb.
So it's like, how in the world?
I mean, he's got that one. He's got
Prophet. He's got
Prophet and Supreme, right?
Brigade and some other ones. He's still got pretty good stable characters, but Supreme would be on top of my list of.
Brigade was his, right?
Yep.
Brigade was his.
And Supreme's had several looks over the years. I would want the first appearance. That's one.
Now, if he doesn't have Youngblood, I don't know if I'm interested.
Bad Rock and Die Hard. Those are two iconic ones I would want.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what figures they come out with.
Let's see.
I honestly, at this point, I'm sure there's some backroom, whatever, thing going on here, but I'm surprised at this point, especially given that he did make many of these figures early on. I'm surprised that McFarlane hasn't jumped on all that stuff that used to be Image owned. I mean, he works directly with all these guys. Early on, there were quite a few figures that he produced, Wildcats and all kinds of other stuff.
Wildcats is Jim Lee owned, and that's in DC now. So,
well, I know, but like he had good relations. relationships. He might have had good relations too. I don't know. But he had, at least at one point, good relationships with all the founding, the founders of Image. You would think, and don't get me wrong, I'd much rather have these in 6-inch scale than 7-inch scales. So, but you would think he would be pumping these out, that he would have deals with guys.
The Wildcats, like, it's part of the DC license. Well, why not now? That makes no sense.
Are they still actively used anymore?
Wildcats, there is a current title out right now, but I mean they're usually using Grifter most of the time.
Yeah, I know with Grifter, and there's some other characters that have kind of made their way over and stuff, but
we got some pictures of the Bobby Reyes Ghost Rider head we're getting with the Ramen Racer. It's meant to fit on the Ghost Rider body, which I would use on the all black suited one, which matches a little better. This is the Dan Ketch colored one, which still drives me nuts. We don't have a Dan Ketch Ghost Rider. But I like the head. It looks good. For everybody's going to display their black Ramen Racer as the Hell Charger. And
TC in the chat has a really good question, I think.
Okay.
It says, what matters to people more, the character or the sculpt? Would you rather have an incredible sculpt of an obscure character or a mediocre sculpt of a legacy figure? First of all, I think that's, I'm speaking for myself. I don't know. And my collection, I think, reflects this, is I care more about the character than I do the sculpt. I like having the characters that I like. More so that now, don't get me wrong. There's also, figures I have just because they're a really great figure, even though I don't necessarily care as much about the character. But those are few and far between for me, which is the reason why I have full shelves devoted to Spider-Man and Captain America and Thor and things like that. Even though they're not all great figures. But I like those characters, and so I find joy in owning those figures, the different versions and different sculpts and different costumes for that particular character. It'd be great if you get both, and sometimes you do get both. But
as I've gotten older, I've gotten more selective. I was that way a long time, just glad to have the character. But now, I want the best of both worlds, which we shouldn't have a problem to do that now. With where they can engineer figures, where they can make figures, we shouldn't have to just have a mediocre figure just to have that character on my shelf. They got so many good base bodies they can choose from, like any company out there, or design new bodies. So, I don't know. There are some really, really great figures out there that I have no interest in at all. And as opposed to, there are plenty of figures in my own collection that are not the greatest sculpt, but they're characters I really like. So I will buy them. And I don't do that all the time, but he probably was a Kujanos, the original shell former. The shell former is like when you have most of your robot is encased in like his wings, like they're when like basically cover his entire body folds up inside the wings and makes the shell the body. Yeah. But this is Fans Toys, and I have X Transbots. They released like what they call a Swarm 3-pack, like for like the suites. I bought that when I got a good deal on it at the time, and it's like, those are great for what they are. They're going to be my sweeps. I'm waiting for Fans Toys to be my Scourge, to be their leader. And this should be releasing next month if everything stays on track. But who knows? It's expensive, but I like it. It's pretty. And click. I think Comcast has my internet throttled back right now, so it's where I've been uploading so much and streaming. I need to check on it. But I'm looking forward to getting that. Fresh Monkey Fiction dropped out. They're doing 1/18 scale of their Naughty or Nice figures now. And they're doing reissues of all their Santa Claus figures too. Their regular 12-inch scale. They are the same group doing those Monsterverse figures with the World War I looking soldiers and vampires, and I just don't like saying the word on YouTube. The bad guy soldiers from World War I and II. And figure obscura, we got the Jacob Marley reveal, which is pretty cool. These figure obscuras are pretty cool. I have the Headless Horseman sitting in my pile of loot, the recolor, in my pile of loot at Big Bad Toy Store. That is my first Four Horsemen figure. It is wild looking, but yeah, not really. The Scrooge thing, if you did like a Bill Murray Scrooge, that might have been a little more interesting.
Yeah, I saw that one, and
we got the new McFarlane pre-orders up. We got the Nightfall Batwing. Oh yay, Jokerized Robin.
I'm sorry, there's only one good figure in all of those.
It's the Superman.
Yeah, that's the only one.
Using the Dark Knight Returns, Batman, and
that Bizarro doesn't look too bad.
I will say, I do like the Dark Knight Returns Superman being used for Bizarro. I think that's appropriate.
Yep. What kills me shows he can do thigh swivels. They gave the Dark Knight Batman thigh swivels so he can ride the horse. So he could actually put that on every figure, but he don't. It's like, there is no reason he can't do this on every figure. But it's McFarlane, so he won't. He don't even like doing articulation. So,
No, he doesn't.
We're getting a Target exclusive Kyle Ken Namek series Goku. 180,000. It's wild we get SH figures now at Walmart and Target.
Yeah, I was in there the other day, and there was just some SH figure arts. It was this stuff. It wasn't these, and I was like, huh.
Now this looks cool. So amazing Yamaguchi Arkham Knight Batman. I like the looks of this thing.
I saw it, and I think that is that armored costume
Hides all the
works really well with Revoltech's articulation.
Yep, that's what I was going to say. Is like hides all the awkward articulation on a Robotech figure. We got some cool pictures of the new Attorney at Trapjaw. Like Mattel has corrected ship and start doing better designs for their Masterverse figures, because their first runs of figures, they were terrible. They do like a side by side, show you like the difference between the Trapjaws. This looks great. If they started out like this, they would have been selling a hell of a lot better from the get-go. And look, the paint detail looks so much better. They're even using the digital face printing now. This is their first Trapjaw. This is the one they're doing now. It's giant knee pads, weird, goofy head. Well, it's Trapjaw. He's always goofy looking, but you know what I mean. This is more traditional to the character. This is the Revelations, wherever it was, that Netflix series stuff they're basing on. Yeah, if they started this way, it would have been done so much better. Super 7's doing a USA Toxic Avenger. I don't know the...
I wish a good company would get a hold of the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, I'd rather have Playmates just redo the ones they did back in the 90s.
Same. I think there actually is a company out there doing some like retro, like Playmate style, even releasing the ones that didn't get released.
Yeah.
I think it's all, maybe Pixel Dana had an interview with the people doing it. The 1/18 scale naughty or nice for those into the 4-inch scale figures. Got reindeer. What's funny is like we were talking about the wasting disease on one of the streams for deer kit. The deer with wasting disease. Superpowers figures.
Oh yeah,
not really. Great for those who are into them, but yeah, it's not really my thing.
So these are another peg warmer things. These Superpowers figures are more peg warmers.
Yeah.
And I don't get who they're for. I don't know anybody that collects them. Everybody I know that likes the original figures want the original figures, not the new ones. Mm-hmm. So I don't know who those Superpower figures are for.
And they're doing like modern characters in Superpowers designs.
Yeah.
Now this looks badass.
I saw this and then it looked awesome. And then I saw how big it was. And I was like, what the?
$148. 5.6 inches tall.
Yes.
It's smaller than this?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
There's no way I'm going to transform that thing. One, I wouldn't pay that price for something that small. Two, these are not going to transform that.
Yeah. And it is fully transformable.
This is a 6-inch figure in my hand.
Yeah. That should be at least a 12-inch figure.
At $150, it should be.
Yeah. It's a great looking figure, don't get me wrong. But at under 6 inches tall, like it's like Figma sized.
Well, what's it scale with? Nothing.
Nothing. Ants. It scales with ants.
They're doing more crossover figures with Leo as a creature of the Black Lagoon. Which NECA makes beautiful pieces. Just, it's not really my thing for these crossover figures. I got the original movie Turtles, and I'm good with that. Oh, Quinn is bringing in the whole like a carousel of figures. Oh, what's he got? Jada must have pushed the button to a lot of people. Everybody is now announcing Street Fighter figures again.
No shit, right? Like Storm Collectible and everybody else has just been like, oh, we gotta SH Figure Arts, Storm Collectibles. Who else? There was another company that was doing it too.
Yeah, and well, Jada's already half the way through the line, and they've revealed like Wave 4. And the Wave 4 figures, we missed them. They got announced like the day we did last week's stream. Oh, we need to bring that up too. It's like
I got it pulled up if you want to see that.
Cool. Yeah, I'll stop my screen.
This one. Yeah.
The scale is perfect too on these.
Oh yeah, dude, that Sagat is awesome. Vega's awesome. Bison's awesome. Look at that Guile. Look at Blanca, and he's all crouched down too, and he's taller than Guile.
Yep, I saw some pictures of him standing up straight. He is big.
He's huge.
I am so 100% into this line. They said their bigger figures are going to be a little. They're more they're deluxe pricing because they're bigger.
Yeah,
which is fine to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind at all. Look at that! Look at that!
As soon as I seen it, it's like, yeah, Matt's getting that.
That's awesome. The only one that stands out to me that I don't see is E Honda.
Yeah, he's probably mixed wave.
That's the only one I'm seeing. I get why they're doing it, and they're mixing in some of the other figures that aren't from the original game.
Well, these are all Street Fighter 2, so.
Yeah, but they got what's his face, the kickboxer, and they got Cammy and some of these other characters mixed in with this wave, where they could have put in like an E Honda or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, he would require a deluxe package, deluxe figure.
Yeah, what's this dude's name over here? I forget. The kickboxer dude.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember what his name is. But
would have preferred Balrog.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're missing E Honda, we're missing Balrog.
DJ.
So there's VJ. There you go. VJ or DJ? DJ.
DJ.
Right. So I guess they're holding those off for future.
They'll probably weigh 5.
Yeah.
Because there's not a whole lot of characters left to do after.
I mean, it depends on what. It depends on what. And then anyway, they just go into other stuff here. But
I was trying to find the Street Fighter box. I got one somewhere.
But yeah, I mean, I care mostly only about the Street Fighter 2 characters, and so I get why they're trying to extend this as much.
Vega will have an alternate head with the mask on. It won't be a removable mask. The mask he's holding is just an accessory.
Yeah, they
made an announcement. Jada on their Facebook page made that announcement.
But I think what they're hoping, and I get it, they're gonna run through the list because, let's be honest, I mean, unless they're gonna start getting into Marvel versus Capcom, which they're not because they can't, they're gonna run out of characters by probably like wave 5.
Well, they made an announcement they're getting more license this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna use this to get more licenses.
Yep.
And that's great because what they're doing with these figures, and I've only got, the 2 that I've got, which is just Ken and Chun-Li, Ryu and Chun-Li, and they're fantastic figures. I mean, they're really, really good, and they deserve to get some more licenses from this. I hope they do. I hope they get, I don't know, the Eric Larson verse and some Savage Dragon or whatever. Like, can you imagine them doing Savage Dragon and all his characters?
Oh, that would be cool.
You know what I mean?
I don't know if people want to touch Savage Dragon right now though, because Larson's turned that book into a porno book.
Oh, he has? I haven't read since the 90s, so
it's terrible. I picked up I went to a shop I used to go to and opened up the book and was like, what the hell am I looking at? The current dragon now is Malcolm, the original Savage Dragon's son. He's taken over, and his wife is a sex freak, and they do it all the time, and the book's very graphic.
Okay. Interesting.
And she's in the SNM, and she wears SNM outfits out in public with their children. So,
you know what I think would be cool, and this will never happen, but I think it would be cool, is if somehow a company like Jada could come in and manage to talk the big 2 into doing an exclusive line of amalgam figures.
Oh, that would be nice.
And be like, look, we're going to do a one-off. I don't think it would ever happen. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure there's so many licensing issues and things like that even if Marvel and DC said, yeah, we'd love for somebody to do some of these figures, that between the rights that McFarlane has and the rights that Hasbro has, that they would probably never be able to do them.
Yeah.
But if a third company like Jada could come in and do some amalgam figures, that would be awesome. I've been wanting those figures since the 90s.
DJ, Cammy, and Fei Long and T-Hawk were part of the Japanese Street Fighter anime, and then we're in the Street Fighter 2 New Challengers video game, basically the last iteration of Street Fighter 2 roster before Alpha Zero series. Cool. Thank you, L'Oreal.
I still don't consider them part of Street Fighter 2. I'm sorry.
I do. Fight. T-Hawk, that would be a great figure, though. I can see them just getting more Capcom license too. Capcom has a lot of really cool looking. The Darkstalkers line.
Yeah, Darkstalkers is a big one, right? And who's got that now? Who's doing? There's like some company
is doing them right now.
Who is it?
Storm.
Okay. And so you could still have Jada, who is an American company, doing them here, because Storm's all import stuff, right?
Storm is strictly Big Bad Toy Store exclusives now. They don't sell anywhere else except for Big Bad Toy Store now. Omega Weapon 13 says the Blanca and Sagat will be deluxe priced at $30. That's not bad.
Dude, the $5 upcharge for those big ass figures is.
Those
are figures that, like in Marvel Legends, they would sell for $45.
Yep. If not more.
Yeah.
Shadowhawk figures, yeah, that would be cool too.
Well, I think we only ever got one Shadowhawk figure. It was from McFarlane, and it was it was during his late '90s phase of, I'm going to put him in a position, and technically, like, the arm can do this or something, but that's it. It was like, statues is all they were.
The tricky part about doing anything image related, it's all creator owned characters, most of them. So getting the license for different things, you have to basically go to all the different creators. It's a lot more work to it, but they could do it.
Which seems odd to me, because I would think it would be easier. Like what Loose Collector did, going straight to Rob Liefeld and going, hey man, what characters do you still own? We'd like to do action figures.
Yeah.
And he could go, that sounds awesome.
The top two I want to see made first is Prophet and Supreme. Then maybe Chapel. If he still owns Chapel. Because Chapel was, I've been tied in with Youngblood. That dude, I don't know what happened with that deal he was doing with that publisher where he lost Youngblood. He got screwed over.
I mean, those were flagship characters for Image.
Yeah, that's what his very flagship. Die Hard and Bad Rock was like people's like favorite characters when the Image started up.
Yeah.
Oh, Gen 13 would be nice, but that's not. But that is Uncle Jim Lee. That's Jim Lee, so it's tied in DC right now.
Gen 13 was Jim Lee? I thought that was Scott Campbell. Or did he just start doing Gen 13?
Probably just started doing, because they're in DC Comics now, Gen 13.
Okay. That's all that Wildstorm stuff.
Oh, they need to reach out to get Pitt. Del Keown.
Oh, yeah.
Del Keown would definitely, I would love to see a new Pitt figure. That Legendary Comic Book Heroes one is nice, but it's just, it don't scale with anything. It's an odd size, weirdly proportioned figure. It looks cool, but it's basically a standalone piece because it don't scale with nothing.
Yeah. One of my favorites was the Max.
That too. I would love to see some Max figures.
That was and I really liked Sam Keith's art back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I love, yeah. I mean, I he was doing some cool stuff at a time. Granted, I don't think from a artistic perspective he was necessarily the best artist, but he had a visual style that just popped really, really well. I love the Max. First of all, the Max was a great story, but great looking character design too.
Well, could you know, hopefully Jada do Mega Man Will. We can finally get to Mega Man Legacy Tron Boom figures. Ooh,
that's a cool cover.
Nice.
That is autographed by Sam Keith.
That's awesome.
And that's one of the giveaways I'll be doing later on next year.
Very cool. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like what else would be really cool. Oh, I tell you what, a property I would like to see Jada get. One Punch Man. I'll do a One Punch Man justice because there's a lot of cool superhero characters in One Punch Man. My Hero Academia, that would be another good one. Because the McFarlane figures suck. Because they're not in skill. There's no skill in McFarlane. The articulations are always bad. So that would be two good properties right there.
Yeah.
What else we got to toy news wise? I got present. Oh, I did get a notification of his tank shipped, but it's not really shipped. It's just they made a label and they're waiting. It's still not been picked up by FedEx yet. So maybe I'll get his tank one day. We get the Jimbo set, last Ronin pre-orders, Lake Up Live. Get better pictures here somewhere. This is something. Who wants this thing? I want a black light Mr. Freeze, which is basically Iron Man colors. Who in the world ever thought this was? Hey, I know what people want. Let's give us a pink and yellow Mr. Freeze. It kind of looks like Iron Man, just so it glows in the black light.
Between the black light and the Jokerized stuff, like and look, I'm sure there are people that collect them, right? I'm sure there are. I don't know who their target audience is on a wider scale.
No.
Which, of course, is why they're making them exclusives, because I think they're all like McFarlane store exclusives, aren't they?
Probably so. I care so little about money and look where they're exclusive to. We got Assassin's Creed from NECA with 7-inch scale.
Which I think it's just a reissue, isn't it? Because they did these years ago.
2 years ago, returning, reveal the required license. Oh, they just got the license back and they're reissuing their... Okay, yeah, it's a reissue since they just got the license back.
They're good-looking figures. I do like the figures. I don't have any attachment to Assassin's Creed. Like, I've played a couple of the games, but not enough to care about the figures for the games.
No, they
are good-looking figures. I mean, I do like them. There's great detail. The paintwork on them is fantastic.
I like these.
Yeah, the 4-pack.
Yep.
My only issue is that it's a 4-pack, which means it's going to be incredibly expensive because NECA 4-packs are not cheap.
Usagi Yojimbo.
That's probably at least $120 for that 4-pack.
Let's see if it's this.
Because their 2-packs go for $60.
Well, that's loading. We got the Nightfall Nightwing, which is just a repeat.
The worst Nightwing costume ever. I would rather have Disco Nightwing with the V-cut and the collar. That's a better costume than this piece of crap.
Yeah, I never did like this costume. There's 4-pack, $150.
150. Oh, I was $30 off. It's going to be even more expensive than I thought. Yeah, holy crap!
I don't want notifications from your website. Turtle 4-pack is $150. Yeah,
wow. So they're basically just selling a 4-pack for the same price as you would buy 4 individual figures.
Yeah, they don't do discounts anymore when you buy multi-packs anymore, which is weird to me. That was the whole point of like doing the multi-packs, is like you'd save on the multi-pack.
You got a little bit of a deal. Even if it was just a few bucks, you got a little bit of a deal there.
You got the
Yeah, I'm not spending $150 on that 4-pack. And I love Usagi Yojimbo.
That's pretty good. Almost a 16-inch wingspan on this Rodan. $51. They're smaller scale, but it looks cool. Oh. Oh, we got some new reveals from the live stream yesterday. We're getting,
which I actually watched live. Well, I watched it for a while. I think I left before they did all the name-only announcements. I watched the ones they actually had the figure, and then I stopped watching after that.
3 of these I'm looking very forward to. Xander, Leatherneck, and Nemesis Enforcer, which they can't call Nemesis Enforcer anymore. Now it's Nemesis Immortal.
Why can't they call him Nemesis Enforcer?
Somebody owns the trademark on Nemesis Enforcer. I think it's a band.
Dumb. I'm looking forward to Leatherneck and Nemesis Enforcer because I will still call him Nemesis Enforcer.
Yeah.
I had that. One of my favorite things of all things G.I. Joe when I was a kid was that 3-pack from the G.I. Joe movie you got.
Mm-hmm.
Where you got the Nemesis Enforcer and Globulus and what's her face? I don't remember her name. Or no, it wasn't her. It was it one of the, what was that 3-pack? It was Globulus, Nemesis Enforcer, and was it one of the soldiers or was it the chick? I can't remember.
I can't remember. But
I just love Nemesis Enforcer and Globulus.
This right here is like, why the hell are we getting a character called Duster? I have no idea who he is. We don't have Alpine. Alpine is like one of the core characters for the cartoon. We don't have Alpine. We're getting Starduster. Okay.
We're getting
like
Zorana's brother.
Do what now?
We're getting Zorana's gay brother.
But we got pre-orders up for all of them. The various stores. We got Amazon, Chosen Prime, Toy Geek, Big Bad Toy Store, and Entertainment Earth's got all those up for pre-order. And the retro cards are no longer exclusive to Walmart. Yay! It's never been exclusive to Walmart.
By the way, I just have to cut in here real quick, and I hate to do this, but speaking of gay G.I. Joe characters, that's always going to take us someplace good. I was having a conversation. I don't know if I've had this conversation with you or not, but I was having a conversation a while back with a friend of mine about Dr. Mindbender being gay, and he was completely thrown off that Dr. Mindbender was gay. And I was like, did you watch G.I. Joe? Is there anybody in here who doesn't understand that Dr. Mindbender was gay? I mean, we're talking a dude that ran around in a cape with a big handlebar mustache, purple skin-tight pants, no shirt, and suspenders.
My ring light died.
I mean, and he was out and proud. Good for him.
Oh, yeah.
It definitely shows that Cobra is way more tolerant than G.I. Joe was. I'm just saying. Maybe they weren't the bad guys.
Big boa.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Odell Gribble fought for him.
Yeah.
As ridiculous as the concept of a dude in boxing gloves fighting people with guns, it does look cool.
It's a cool looking figure, except for the fact that every time I see him, I'm just reminded that we never got Rocky in G.I. Joe.
It was close.
We were supposed to get Rocky. I don't know if anybody remembers this. We were supposed to get Rocky in G.I. Joe back in the 80s.
I saw somebody do a custom.
What's his name? I'm blanking on his name. The guy that created all the characters. Why am I blanking on his name? He wrote for Marvel Comics. He created all the G.I. Joe characters.
Larry Hama.
Larry Hama, thank you. Larry Hama created a Rocky character that was Rocky Balboa. And they were in the process of getting license rights, just like they did with Sergeant Slaughter and everybody else, to add Rocky to the G.I. Joe roster. And it never happened.
Starduster Dustin Rhodes. There you go. Just give him like a silver face paint. Starduster. This one looks cool. It's a troop builder. This is like the first one that sold out on Hasbro Pulse. Techno Viper. I got one from Pulse, and I went ahead and ordered a few more from the Chosen Prime. This it's a troop builder, so I end up with 4. We'll see who gets there first. It's a good looking figure. I like the new boxes too, the black motif to the boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact the windows are back. Should have never gone away in the first place. It's like we were talking about before. That's one of the things why retail box stores quit carrying them. Now the local Target is still carrying G.I. Joes, especially like the store exclusive ones, the Python Patrol and Tiger Force.
G.I. Joe sells better than Marvel Legends does. Now, because here's the thing, I don't see G.I. Joe peg warmers.
Not often.
Other than that retro series that went to Walmart, where I still see Baroness and Lady J.
Yeah.
And to be honest, let's not kid ourselves here. There's a reason for that, and that's because in G.I. Joe, the female figures have always not sold as well.
Well,
a lot. And they always have.
So many Lady J's. They pumped out a ton of those.
Yeah.
The first batch of Lady J's peg warmed in the original box style. Then they turned around. As soon as they announced the retro wave, first wave is Lady J. It's like, what are you doing? You're pumping out a peg warmer, and you're making another batch of them.
Yeah.
Not crazy about the head sculpt on Quick Kick.
I think that with G.I. Joe, you've got a lot going for it. You're finally releasing it at 6-inch scale, which is the go-to scale for collectors nowadays. You've got just an enormous amount of characters to put out. You've got all the nostalgia factor. And then on top of that, you've got, in my opinion, the G.I. Joe team at Hasbro doing better than any other team at Hasbro. They're doing better than the Marvel Legends team. They're doing better than Star Wars Black Series at the quality of what they're pumping out. And you add all that up, and this is why you see Target willing to still sell G.I. Joe stuff. And you see G.I. Joe stuff still very popular. You don't see peg warmers with them like you do with Marvel Legends and Star Wars Black Series. Because all in all, I mean, you've got a very retail friendly product there that a lot of people want. Now, part of that's also because, and this is true, they do not make G.I. Joe classified series in the same quantities they make Marvel Legends.
Mm-hmm.
They do not. I mean, you'll just never. They don't pump them out that much. So that also plays a little bit into it. But I think they're killing it, man. I think G.I. Joe Classifieds is killing it. Almost every figure is a win.
They listened to the fans and stopped with the stupid Fortnite stuff.
Yeah.
And went back to more retro design.
It did get off to a little bit of a rough start, but there's still some good in those early figures. But
all the Cobras were good from the get-go. It was the Joes that were doing the silly Fortnite stuff too.
Yeah. But they fixed that problem. They've been pumping out some great.
This is one of the figures that's getting fixed from that. We have yet to have a good Scarlet until now. They showed the new retro card Scarlet, and she looks great. She's got bicep swivels, double joint elbows, double joint knees. You could put this on a Marvel Legends shelf.
Yep.
That might be my only complaint with this. Kind of missing the texture to the outfits like they had. This looks like a Marvel Legends more than G.I. Joe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You do add a little paint to that right there, and you got yourself a Black Widow. Yeah.
And she's got just the super articulate Black Widow figure they just came out with. I'm going to say in quotes. This has just as much. It's got the butterfly joints. It's got the diaphragm up top, and it's got the ball joint at the waist. The bicep swivel, double joint elbows. And it's got neck joint, which the Black Widow figure don't have. separate neck piece where it's got the articulation at the base and at the top. I just wish they would go back to the dick hinge on the neck instead of the ball joints.
Yeah. We all would rather have a dick hinge.
I don't know why. I think they listen to certain like toy influencers that harp on like double ball pegs are better, and they're dumbasses when they say that.
Well, so double ball pegs in a standard pose, which I'm all for. That's how most of my figures are posed on my shelf. It does look better. It does look better because you don't see that. But if for articulation's sake, it's nowhere near as good as the dick hinge.
Yeah, they cannot do this.
Exactly.
And with the G.I. Joes, they didn't need that because you have a double ball peg at the base of the neck, which gives you your tilt and roll around. Yeah. Then when they had the double ball, the dick hinge up top, disc hinge up top, you had the best of both worlds. You had the double ball peg at the base and the disc hinge up top.
And especially for a line like G.I. Joe Classifieds, for, you know, like the ability to be able to put your figures in the prone position would be awesome. And you really can't. There's not really any figures in the line that you can put into a prone position. For those that don't know what that is, a prone position is when somebody's laying on their belly with their rifle and their head's all the way. You know what I mean? Like,
well, they gave like Lowlight a beautiful sniper rifle. You can't look up. So you put them in that position.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a home run redo on Scarlet. When everybody was getting all upset because the blonde girl that comes with the helicopter.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I saw it, it's like, guys, that's the Scarlet body. They're working in pain for a Scarlet body on the HasLab. Don't get upset because you don't know this obscure character, and don't act like a jackass when people didn't know who this obscure character is. But they've used that to work in the budget to get us a new Scarlet figure. Way Hasbro's politics are, they're like, well, you already done 2 Scarlets, we're not going to give you more money to do another one. About tooling wise. So they just worked it in like they did the blonde chick from I think it was a Venezuelan exclusive that used Scarlet Body back in the original run. It's like people are, how dare you? You call yourself a fan? You don't know who this character is? Yeah, we didn't have internet in the 80s. It's a new thing. That's newish thing. It's like in the past 23 years taken off. But this is a must get to. A new Duke.
Oh yeah.
I can see them doing another run of this one too in cartoon colors, because this is definitely toy colors. You got the green, because you got the green band of the deer, green belt. But yeah, this is so much better than the first Duke. The first Duke is it? Oh, once you do a little bit of work to it, it's a decent figure, but it looks too young. It looks like it's either his younger brother or his son. It don't look like Duke. I might have to go ahead and just paint his gear up. You don't have a grease. Does he have a grease gun? Yeah, he does. He does have his grease gun. I like it.
That's too big. Karen Captain America on Duke.
Oh yeah, that don't work.
No, that won't work. That won't work.
Now these are. Oh, and they're showing off the new retro cards. They're thicker back cards. They're not flimsy like the first retro cards. Those first retro cards, they were like basically just a little bit thicker than paper. They were terrible. They're like Marvel Legends cards now. And we got the anniversary figures, which is, I don't know where they got the idea for this.
It's an all original idea. No one's ever done this before.
It's like realistic military figures in 6-inch scale.
Yeah, no, that's never been done before.
Yeah.
No one's ever had this thought or idea before. It's completely original that Hasbro came up with this all on their own. They certainly did not steal this idea from anyone else. So
the products range is very familiar too, and it's got $34.99.
Yeah, I mean that was just a number they pulled out of their ass, so it doesn't mean anything.
What's funny is Valorverse is actually lowering their prices. They were doing so well, they're actually going to drop their prices down.
Isn't Valorverse supposed to be going to retail somewhere?
I can't keep up with it.
I thought I had seen a thing where Bobby Vallo was talking about how they might be, or they're supposed to be going to retail somewhere. I can't remember if it was like Walmart or something. I would love for that because I would have a much bigger Valorverse collection if they did.
Why he's going to the retro card. He's going to a retro card style packaging. I bet it's meant for hanging up on the shelves.
Maybe. I hope he does. I would like to see more Valorverse stuff at retail. I'd love to be able to walk into a Walmart and see some figures.
He can mass produce it more quantities, and that would lower his cost. And
yeah,
that'd be great for him. But I was happy to get all these, but definitely looking forward to these three. And this one's like I had no idea who this character was. I rather had one at Alpine. Have they announced an Alpine? Seems weird they haven't done Alpine.
Did they? I saw a list that they had announced apparently after they showed off all the figures. There were other characters they were like, these are coming, but they didn't have like pictures or figures or anything for them yet.
This is
they were
exclusives to New Jersey Con coming up here soon. I love these heads. Those chromed out to
those are cool
Viper heads. But you gotta go to the con to get them. And we got, if people are still interested in 4-inch Joes, Hiya Toys has got the license to Hiya G.I. Joe. But they're a little pricey for 4-inch, but they're like very detailed. They're $25. But they're
I'm just waiting for them to release because I collect that size, and I've been wanting to get that Storm Shadow they've got, but I can't find them retailed anywhere. I can find them on eBay at secondary prices for insane prices. I haven't found anybody actually retailing any of these Joes yet.
Now looks like they're sticking with the original designs for Classified. Got the armored machine guards, the techno vest.
Yeah.
But they're doing it in 4-inch scale, which is cool if they're going to continue that. For people who want that style, like the Storm Shadow's got all the Yakuza tattoos down his arms and all that stuff, which looks really cool. Kind of sucks we didn't get that, but like I had that as a variant in the main line. Deathosaurus is shipping along with the Hiss tank, which is a big figure. It even comes with a throne to sit in. Let's see. I saw a picture of it with a leader class Grimlock, and it dwarfed Grimlock. And Grimlock's is not a small figure, which they're not here. That's a big figure too. I got it on the shelf, back wall area. We got a new reveal right before the stream. I found this Cybertron Fest 2023 coverage. They showed the Titan class tidal wave and Cybertronian mode wheeljack. Titan classes are your 2-foot tall Transformers, which according to Hasbro, you can't put a big figure on the shelf like Giant Man.
No, you can't.
But you can put a 2-foot tall Transformer on the shelf at retail. That's going to be huge. which is cool because Tidal Wave was supposed to be like a big character in the show. The toy wasn't very big. I like the Cybertronian mode of Wheeljack.
Wait, go back to that Wheeljack real quick.
Oh, yep.
Oh man, they're doing the first appearance.
Yep.
Nice.
We've
Is
gotten
Cybertronian mode?
Bumblebee. We've gotten Jazz.
Yeah, I got the. I think it was a Target exclusive for Bumblebee. I got Jazz already. Yeah, I definitely want those Cybertronian forms. Those are so cool.
I think they're throwback to the original first episode.
Oh yeah. Well, I wish we would have gotten more of them to see more of them in their Cybertronian form. But I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I think we only got to
I
see
would
2 or 3.
have loved to see that. And so, because in the robot modes, they all look like they do on Earth when they get their Earth modes.
Mhm.
It's like, I want to see. I would have been cool if we could. That's one thing in the comics. I like the War Within series where it showed like them on Cybertron in their original forms. This guy's up for order right now on the 5K Toys, the big Rhino, the LA Comic Con exclusive for the Red Rhino.
Didn't you make something like that? I know you made that mammoth, but didn't you make a rhino too, or no?
No, I didn't do a Rhino.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn I remember you doing a rhino.
This was
What were the 2 you were doing at the same time? It was the mammoth and who else?
probably Lore was working on with one of my Cyber Knight looking guy.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah.
I think you could do a better job than this guy. And they'll sell.
These are up for sale for right now on 5K Toys. They got limited stock from left over to con. They're $70 plus tax.
Ooh.
And shipping. They're big. They're like Marvel Select Hulk size.
Yeah, but $70, man. Ouch.
Yeah, they're
I
pricey.
mean, it looks nice,
Expensive.
but yeah, man. Ooh. Looks like that rhino's seen some things, man.
We got upgrade kits for the SH figure. It's the Kefla, or to make her look more like the show. You got the different hairstyles, different power-ups. Oh, and the James Bond figure from Left Toys. 112 scale.
Oh, nice. That's a good likeness for Daniel Craig.
That is a really nice piece. Oh, like that.
You know, they could do that same body, just alternate heads, and give us every James Bond.
Oh yeah, I would totally be into that. Like,
Hell yeah. Who's your favorite Bond?
Sean Connery probably.
Yeah, for me, it'd be Connery and Moore.
Yeah, it's toss up to Moore and Connery.
I liked Moore in the beginning because that's the one I was introduced to. But as I got older, I went back and watched all the Sean Connery ones, and man, those are just so damn good. You know,
There's like, I don't know. I mean, for me, there's a difference between like some of my favorite Bond movies and my favorite Bond.
Well, I think
They're
just
great
movies
Bond
aside,
movies, but that like
just
all
them
like
as actors, I liked them in that
my,
role.
my favorite Bond is Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, see, now that's another good one.
He was
the one I did not care for, and I think he did 2 movies, was Timothy Dalton. And he's a good actor. He's just not a James Bond person. You know what I mean?
One of my favorite Bond movies. It's like in my top 3 is Living Daylights. License to Kill was horrible. It's an awful movie. But Living Daylights is a great movie. It also doesn't hurt that was the first Bond movie I ever saw at the movies. Because of my age, you know what I mean? Like that movie came out when I was like 10. And so I was like old enough to go see James Bond at the movies for the first time. I had only ever, you see the Roger Moore stuff growing up in the 80s or whatever. That was the first Bond movie I got to experience at the movie theater. And I love that movie.
I will say that Daniel Craig, when I first saw him as in the trailer as Bond, I'm like, he doesn't seem like a Bond type. But when you watch the movie, man, he pulls it off. But see, now Pierce Brosnan, even at that age, have a Bond where they retired, have him come out of retirement to fight an old villain. Oh, right there, boom.
The Pierce Bronson.
And call it To Live Another Day.
Dalton Bond was really meant to be Pierce Bronson, but they wouldn't let him out of his Remington Steel contract to do those two movies.
That's why they got Timothy Dalton. Yeah, Living Daylights was written for Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I mean,
these are cool.
He's good.
Darkwing Duck and Negaduck 3-pack.
Yeah. You still want one of those, right, Matt?
Yeah, the 2-pack?
Yeah.
Yeah, those fully articulated ones? Yes.
I got it on order for you, buddy.
Okay.
And I'll only charge you double.
Oh, that's great.
I know, man. I'm such a sweet guy. Jesus Christ. But you know what? For you, I'm going to throw in another 25% charge from Jared there. So 75% more. So yeah.
Okay.
I'm digging these armored dinosaurs. I don't have any of these, but it's getting tempting to get one of these because
there's so much good stuff coming out from all these, and I don't want to use the word no name, but these unknown toy companies, man, they're just. Did you see the Battle Beast stuff that they're coming out with? I mean, granted, the 6-inch stuff, I like the small little pack-in stuff that they're making with those.
I hope it gets enough where it gets to where it can unlock the Eagle. I want the Eagle guy from the Battle Beast.
If they didn't do 6-inch, if they did like 3-inch of those Battle Beasts and make them 5 points of articulation, you'd have all my money right there, man. I love those damn things. I've got a box of Battle Beasts.
If you're an early backer, you got those.
Yeah, but I mean, I want them to not do the 6-inch. I want the little 3-inch line. Give me that. That's where they should. And they'd hit people like myself for that nostalgic feel that wants to get all those, and they can't. Like I got a couple of them right here. See, I love these things, man. These things are awesome. There's another one right there.
Oh, and TransArts is doing a reissue of their Transmetal Cheetor in more cartoon accurate colors.
Oh, god damn. That looks nice.
Yeah, it looks really
This is their first release, and it's the new one.
Wow.
I love this Transmetal form. I wasn't really crazy when he went to Transmetal 2.
Yeah, that cheetah, more feral looking thing. I didn't care. I like this one. This one is so much better.
So much cooler.
Yeah. I regret getting rid of a lot of my Beast Wars stuff, man. After the show ended, I was kind of pissed. I was like, F them. I don't want this stuff no more. Now I wish I would have kept it.
Beast Machines was such a slap in the face to the fans, too.
Yeah. Well, Beast Machines was just, it was horrible.
Yeah, Beast Machines was terrible. They actively try to piss off the fan base. The writers did.
Yeah. I have a Transmetal Optimus hanging from the ceiling over here, but I think that's about the only one I have left.
Nice. I got the Perfect Effects, like a Masterpiece style of Transmetal Optimus.
Oh, nice.
I love that thing. I got their Transmetal Megatron. That is all I had for toy stuff.
I got Power Rangers coming in tomorrow. 2 actors.
Yeah, he's got actual Power Rangers coming.
Yeah, Campbell Cooley, who did the voice of a lot of the villains in the series, probably about 6 or 7 series, plus Alpha 6, and he did a voice in One Piece. And then I got Philip Andrew. He was the Lunar Wolf Ranger in Wild Force. I got them coming in tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They were originally going to be here just Saturday, but thanks to a scheduling snafu up north in northern Texas, they were able to, they asked me if I wanted to extend their stay here, and I'm like, of course. So I'm going to have them here Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 5. Signing autographs, taking pictures, you name it. So if there's Power Rangers fans out there in the in Rio Grande Valley area, come to Quinn Comics, 805 Dixieland Road. We got you covered.
Are either of them in the new series?
What's that?
Isn't there a new series on Netflix?
There's supposed to be some new series. I don't know if they aired or not. I know they did that special, that Once and Forever, a couple months back.
It aired. I watched the first episode. It's on Netflix.
Yeah. Well, I think that was just a one-shot episode. The actual ongoing series, I think they're going to relaunch the entire season 1 Rangers with new actors and actresses. So whatever they do, I mean, I'm sure it'll do very, very well. Because
they dropped they dropped 10 episodes on Netflix of whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the first episode. I didn't get into it. I'm not.
So there is a new one out already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I hardly have time to watch TV, so I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, it's like Billy's back, and he's the leader of this kind of conglomeration of all these different Rangers.
Okay.
They get new Zords in the very first episode and stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Was never my biggest thing. I like the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers because I was still young enough to appreciate them, but that's really it. So I just watched the first episode just to kind of take a look at it because I hadn't seen anything Power Rangers in a really long time.
Do you remember what it's called, or just something Power Rangers, or?
I honestly don't remember.
It's the first Power Ranger series that's not using any Japanese footage.
Yeah, they ran out of all the Senpai stuff, a couple of years back. So now it's all.
Oh, they're still pumping out Sentai stuff. They just chose they're not going to pay for the license for getting it to create it. So they want to do their own thing.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's called Power Rangers Cosmic Fury.
It's going to look like the female Power Rangers because let's face it, all the Power Rangers that were female in the overseas stuff, those were all guys that were in there.
The original series, the series we've got, Yellow Ranger, all the Japanese cutscenes was a guy.
Yeah.
But the Pink Ranger was still a girl.
Yeah.
Name of Hill says Action Force is supposed to be going to Walmart's website.
Yeah, it's called Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Is what it's
Cosmic
called.
Fury. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably play it tomorrow while the Rangers are here. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they're in it, but.
Or no, you know what? Actually, well, they should have all the Power Rangers stuff on Netflix, right? So they probably have Wild Force. I'll put Wild Force on here.
Would rather have it. I'm working on a Sean Connery James Bond figure. That's why I bought the new Daredevil figure, just because I had a casting of a young Sean Connery.
Oh, you're working on Bond, are you?
Red Knock Ronson, what's up, fellas? Happy Friday. Happy y'all talked up comics yet. They haven't talked to you comics yet. What's new at the shop this week?
Jesus. Spider-Man's going like crazy. There's Gang War, which is going on. There's Luke Cage, Spider-Woman, Amazing Spider-Man, the Godzilla, the Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong sound effects. Those came out.
I saw that. That's pretty cool.
On Tuesday. I had 15 of each one. Gone. What else? Oh my God. Incredible Hulk's been selling very well. There's so much, man. My brain is fried right now.
I saw that roaring one. My buddies did the unboxing this week, and he opened up the blue bag, the Godzilla with the roar cover. It's pretty cool that you made that bag resealable. You can actually take it out, open it up, put it right back. Most of the time, those poly bags you cut them open, and that's it.
Yeah, you can. Those are resealable.
Oh, I started watching the Sweet Home season 2. It's been a while since I watched season 1. It's a kind of a Resident Evil feel to the show, but the monsters vacation of people is not through a virus. It's like a natural phenomenon.
Yeah, there's no Wild Force on Netflix. Damn it. Oh well.
It's just on episode 2 of season 2 right now. Okay. Anything coming out soon that y'all looking forward to?
The new G.I. Joes, they're coming out in April, I believe. I think I got 7 or 8 of them on order. The ones I did not order, and I hate to say, are the deluxe army builders, the generic soldier and the generic scuba guy. I hate to say, I can't take a chance on ordering those and they don't sell. Everybody wants to recognize the characters. So, you know, your Airborne and your Recondo. Well, the Recondo and Scarlet and Duke are on retro cards with more thicker card stock for the card, which thank God. But yeah, all those, man, people are going to want all those, the retro carded ones, and then all the new stuff. And they all went back to window packaging, which about damn time.
Now that they got the windows back and they're doing the retro cards properly, I want a Melvin color Sergeant Slaughter in his green tank top, green pants with the USA stripe down the legs.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I forgot where I saw it. I think it was on the Hasbro Pulse live stream they did. But if you look, and I forgot exactly where, but you're going to have to look, one of the packages has in the background Sergeant Slaughter in his tank. So usually those are Easter eggs. So whatever appears on the back of the package or on the front or something is usually going to be one of the next vehicles. So that, I think it's called the T tank. Triple T, yeah. So you know we're probably going to get that with a Sergeant Slaughter figure, and that'll probably be in maybe a different variation of color of his outfit or whatever. Doesn't matter. He'll still sell.
I hope it's a different color scheme. I would hate them to reissue the exact same figure that we.
Oh yeah. Well, even if they reissue the same figure, people are going to buy that damn thing because they want the tank. You know.
Oh, I'm just saying, it's like I just bought a bunch of them at Ollie's.
What? Sergeant Slaughters?
Then.
Speaking of which, I'm still looking for that damn Snake Eyes Fortnite. Man, I cannot find it here to save my butt.
No.
Oh crap!
Our Ollie's down here don't have any good stuff.
But what was that?
You're looking for one, I would have grabbed you one.
Oh well, I mean, if you happen to see one somewhere, you know, if you can pick it up for me, I would greatly appreciate it.
I might run out Sunday. Ollie's is doing after 6 o'clock. They're doing a 15% off sale.
Yeah, I got that coupon too, so I'm like, there isn't anything to grab over there. But for 15% off, I might grab a couple things. I grabbed another.
Closest Ollie's sold out the Fortnite figure.
I grabbed another one of this guy because I'm gonna clean the camo off of his face. I just need the head for something. But you know,
so this is the Fortnite Snake Eyes.
Yeah, that looks nice, man.
The only thing
I know it's a reissue of the same one, but I just like the color scheme on that one.
The freaking gun holster and gun is one piece. You can't take the gun out.
Really?
Same with the knife sheath. They changed them for the Fortnite one.
Oh well.
But he comes with guns. You don't want him to have these guns and knives removable, but he's still got a sword and he's got machine guns. You can put his hand, but you didn't want to have the holster and knife be removable.
I like that visor, man. That visor is everything for that figure.
Oh yeah, the color scheme is great.
Yeah.
I'll have to put some different gear on them.
But yeah, if you can find one of those for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Oh, and I already told you I sent you that Zero figure, so yeah, appreciate you for that, friend. I will remember you in this life and the next.
If you find one, just send it to me. I'll make sure and get it to Quinn.
Yeah, it's gonna be right down the back of his shelf with a little sign. Hey, Quinn. Well, then you ain't getting your Darkwing Ducks.
Actually, if you're sending me stuff anyway, you could just throw in anything you want Quinn to have. It'd save you on shipping.
Oh, yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, did you ever get those bikes, Matt?
No, I still haven't gotten them yet. I'm waiting.
Man,
those things are beautiful.
Yeah, those things are beautiful. I'm drooling all over.
I'm waiting. As soon as he tells me, I'm good. I'm ready for him.
Yeah.
Whenever.
Same here, man. That is a damn good figure. Hey, you need to make a rhino to go up against that guy right there.
Yeah.
Or you know what, Jared? You know what? Since that is kind of like a prehistoric mammoth type thing, you could do a whole line of prehistoric characters that size, man. Those would kick ass. You know,
people really resonate with the customs I've been showing lately.
Dude,
people really like this.
They look awesome. I'm telling you, your stuff is literally retail worthy. I mean, if you ever went into production and manufactured those, dude, you would probably sell quite a few of them.
I'd buy it.
Did someone say Kickstarter?
Right? I mean, hey, you get enough money, yeah, you can do that. You know, you showcase your custom work, I guarantee you'll get the backing for it. I guarantee you. You know, because your stuff doesn't look all the same. No offense when I say this, like Shartimus Prime's street humans, I mean, they look like gang members. It's background filler characters, which is fine, you know, but they don't offer too much in the way of, you know, individuality other than it's the same paint apps, same everything, different heads. Yeah, that's fine. But like your stuff, I mean, you got different characters, different, you know, aliens, monsters, this, that, whatever. I mean, dude, you got a showcase there. You could definitely get a Kickstarter started. Kickstart my heart, Jared. You could definitely get something going. I guarantee you would get the funding like that.
I'd love to see something like this go in production.
Collector Express Kickstarter 2024, guys. Hey, instead of the 4 horsemen, it'll be us, the 3 horsemen.
Well, I guess we're probably about ready to wrap up, so we can not make Matt late for his next show.
Yeah, I gotta close up. I gotta sweep him off the store real quick. I gotta get everything set up for the Rangers for tomorrow. So I got a busy night, guys.
Oh, and there'll be a video on this guy coming up here soon. I just finished up editing it.
It'll be the Kickstarter announcement.
Kickstarter announcement 2024.
This one was great to do. Basically,
Collector Express is the
highlighting the great custom community we've been working on, helping develop on Collector Express. There
you go. I guarantee you would do very well.
Lower body for this, and my other friend modeled the head for me. Another customizer, hey, you need rhino feet? I can hook you up with some of those. And it's the customizing community has gotten to be so much better than it used to be. It's like people actually wanting to help.
I'm going into production on this guy right here.
Oh yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna start producing these guys. Oh my gosh!
Alrighty, guys. Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out, hanging out with us tonight. We got the
Thank you guys.
And Geek Fusion. Thank you, Quinn Comics. Thank you, Geek Fusion.
Of course.
It's always fun to get to hang out with you guys, talk toys.
Yep. Sorry, I've been a little bit busy with holiday shoppers and stuff, so I'm jumping in and out, but I'm still listening.
Excuses.
I know I'm a horrible person. Yep.
You found where the actual outros are, but
until next time, my friends. See you next week.
We'll see you next time.